She makes me feel like I don't really have to worry about all of the work and all of that. Like, I have somebody that can help me understand the work.
Robin changed my life. Like how I could trust someone. Like if I can't talk to my parents about it, I could talk to her about it, so I don't have to hold it up.
Kirsten has blossomed. Even that first time that I met Janae, she was very focused and very dedicated and really bright. She is just a lot more outgoing and a little less shy every year that we've worked together. How you just take things one step at a time, it really inspires me and kind of puts my life into a little more perspective.
Looking for a meaningful way to make a real difference in a child's life? The Chicago Lights at Fourth Presbyterian Church tutoring program is the perfect place to start. Each week, hundreds of tutors and students meet for one-on-one tutoring sessions. To find out how you can join this amazing program, let's welcome Fernie Tiflis, Chicago Lights Tutoring and Summer Day Program Director. We also welcome Eric Blanke, who works as an insurance professional and is looking forward to his third year tutoring. This year, Eric will be working with Keyshawn, who is entering his 10th year in the tutoring program and is now a senior in high school. Welcome. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So to start out, why don't you tell us a little bit about how Chicago Lights and the tutoring program got started?
Chicago Lights Tutoring started in 1964, and back then the church members saw a need in the old Cabrini Green neighborhood, and they wanted to help. So they would walk there and tutor, bring students back to the church and tutor students. And we quickly saw a need throughout Chicago, and now from that 10 to 15 students back in the day, we serve over 400 students each week.
Wow. So Keyshawn, you're one of the students. How you've been doing it for 10 years. How did you first get involved, and what does it look like?
Well, I got involved in Chicago Lights from family members that were in the program. They wanted me to get started in my academics, and I kind of consistently stayed with the program because I've met great people there and had great tutors.
You're one of the tutors.
Yes, I am.
You're a busy professional. What's it like to be a tutor? How much of a commitment is it?
You know, honestly, it's really not that big of a commitment. I encourage everybody to go out and do this. It's really just about 2 hours a week, and it really feels good to kind of be paired with a student and feel like you give back to the community, and you really, build a strong relationship with the students there, and not just your own tutor, but there are opportunities to also talk to other students there through different programs like the Intuit Cafe. And then also I help out with the career development program.
Can you tell us about how you built your relationship with Keyshawn?
When we first started, it was really easy. Keyshawn's a really easygoing guy. And so we started talking about Netflix shows and about all of his interests, and I know he's interested in computers and science, all sorts of things like that. So it was really easy to connect with Keyshawn, and he's very academically driven. So that made the relationship really easy to get involved with.
Bernie, what do you look for in tutors?
We always think I have to be a certain type of way to be a tutor, like be a rocket scientist or a teacher or a social worker, but really someone who can commit one-to-one with a student for an hour and a half each week and to show up consistently is really the biggest factor that we're looking for, because our students really need that one-to-one relationship that's, as Eric mentioned, it's very consistent in their lives.
Can you talk a little bit more about what it's been like for you? You've had a couple of different tutors over the years.
Yes, I've had tutors that have been in fields from like Eric being an accountant or being engineers. I have tutors that were teachers. I've had a lot of different experience with tutors and just meeting different people. I've met people from all around the world that come to the tutoring program and for different career backgrounds. It's been really enjoyable for meeting people and getting different and broaden my horizons to different career fields and meeting different people altogether.
Yeah, so has it impacted what you think you would like to do with your career?
Yes. What I want to do with my career is I want to actually be an engineer, mainly a robotics engineer. And it kind of, tutoring didn't really change what I want to do. It's kind of more steered me in the right direction. I've been to 2 college tours while in the tutoring program, and they kind of helped show me the advantages of going to different universities, what each university had to offer, and more or less steer my academics to be able to go to the Pacific University I want to.
So is it fun for you, Eric, to watch his process in getting ready to go off to college?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really exciting. So we spend a lot of time working on math problems together every week, and we have kind of a textbook that we go through. So it's been fun, and I know that every step along the way he improves, and then he can be more apt to achieve his collegiate goals. So yeah.
And I think tutoring itself, really, we definitely do homework and academic, but it's really more than that. As you can see, it's the one-to-one relationship mentoring that they have developed over the years, and they start talking about things like college and any interest beyond just the homework itself. So I think that's why it's very unique.
Are there any stories you want to share that would kind of illustrate more the impact of this program?
Career development has impacted me greatly. I've learned how to make resumes, do cover letters. I've learned how to dress for interviews and kind of just dress for success in general. Took a lot of classes. Eric actually taught my Microsoft Excel class, which he taught. I've met a lot of great people. I actually ended up getting an internship at Chicago Lights for the summer day program. I helped out Fernie and Miss Meg, who's the program manager. I actually helped them out with students and just doing general stuff around the office, like picking up copies and just doing a general wide variety of things.
So in addition to that, Keyshawn also helped us out during our summer programming, where we worked with 125 students. So he was very helpful, not just in the office, but also assisting in the classroom and helping with behavior management with the students. And I think career development had definitely helped build the confidence for Keyshawn in order to work with youth and also with adult staff.
So you had you been a student in the summer day program?
Yes.
As a kid?
Yes.
And then so now you're a high school student and you were interning. What's it like to turn around that role and go from being the student to being a teacher, basically?
It was very kind of weird because I'm so used to being like the little kid in the class and like listening to the teachers, but being the one that the kids come up to and asking questions and being helped with, it was kind of a very difficult transition, I would say, at first, but after a while I kind of just got in the swing of things with the students. I've met a lot of students that became like really good, that were just really good students. They were really nice, friendly, had a lot of fun working there and meeting everybody. I've met people from Greece, all the way from Greece to Japan to France, just all types of people.
That's great. Any other stories you'd want to share?
One story that's coming up to mind is our tutor, Jin, and student Cameron, who's been together for, I think, also maybe 10 plus years. They were together since he was in 3rd grade, and then he just graduated.
Wow.
So that's a really interesting story to see, because he was a lot shorter than her and then just grew to be really, really tall. And it's one of those relationships that they've taken outside of the program. They met each other's families and became really involved outside of just that one-to-one, 1.5 hour a week at Fourth Pres.
Wow, that sounds amazing. What do people need to do to get involved?
So to get started, in order to find out information about our upcoming orientations, they can go to chicagolights.org, and then they can find the process for applying to become a tutor.
So is there a specific time of year that people need to apply?
Well, we start our school year in October, so right now we're in the middle of recruitment. So I encourage volunteers to start applying now, but we definitely have an open enrollment, so it's ongoing. We have a lot of students all the time, so we're always looking for new tutors.
Great. And do you have any words of wisdom for other potential tutors?
I would say if you are at least a little bit interested, go out and give it a try. You can even do just kind of the substitute tutoring. So that is really a good way to start and test get your feet a little bit wet and see how you feel about it. And I think what you'll find is when you start connecting with students there, you'll be like, oh, I really want to be a full-time tutor and really mentor somebody from the early stages and kind of see where they land. And it's been exciting for me and Keyshawn because now he's going to be graduating. So that's really cool.
Thank you, Fernie, Eric, and Keyshawn. I'm Liz Dunn for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. keep the faith.